Be real with me.
Everyone is looking for their soulmate in the wrong place.
Jalulu, why?
Everyone is looking for their soulmate as if it's someone else. But I don't believe your soulmate is someone else. I believe that you are your own soulmate. And once you can come to terms with that, then the people around you that you attract will be in alignment with who you are, your soulmate.
I think a lot of people get distracted by what they're looking for because they're approaching love from this lens of scarcity rather than abundance. But I think so much about being in love is about looking inward and being genuinely happy with the version of yourself you are and being the best version of yourself. Because when you're the best version of yourself, you are not going to go out and seek love like you're trying to fill a void.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I feel like anything that you're looking for in a partner, you should first be able to provide for yourself. So if you want a partner to buy you flowers, that's definitely something you should be able to do for yourself on your own time. If you're looking for a partner who can communicate and use their words, right? If you're in a words of affirmation person, you should probably learn how to do that yourself first. And it goes with not only giving love, but receiving love. Like if you know that the ways that you like to be treated are, for example, through acts of service, right? Or gift giving, you should practice giving gifts and buying yourself gifts, receiving gifts, right? Because whatever you expect in a partner, I think you should expect first and foremost from yourself.
What made you realize that?
Well, I just kept looking for my soulmate in other people, and my relationships kept failing, and I wanted to know what the common thread was aside from me. I was the common thread. I was the one who continued to be in unsuccessful relationships. And I realized it's because I had expectations for someone else without ever setting those same expectations for myself. And why would someone else treat me that way? Why would someone else tell me I'm beautiful? Why would someone else, treat me well when I myself wasn't treating myself well, So it wasn't until I became my own soulmate and I treated myself the way I wanted to be treated by someone else that I realized, oh, this is the secret.
I would also go a step further and say, if you're not doing these things for yourself, then you're not identifying what is important to you to feel loved. And if you can't do that, how can you expect somebody else to come into your life and do that for you? Because if you're able to identify and consistently do it for yourself, that is when you can communicate that to your partner to do.
Okay, I have something.
Yeah. No, go for it.
I think sometimes when people talk about love, they talk about these big romantic feelings and these big romantic gestures. And I feel like so much of love is about the little moments in between. If you want to look for a long-term partner, I think something to look for is what they do in their moments in between while life is happening. So when they get tired, do they retreat to their bed and take a nap, or do they go out and see a friend? For example, like I'm an introvert, so if my partner said, ooh, I'm so tired, I need to go get some energy by going out and partying, etc., which is perfectly valid, I would just say, well, okay, I don't think that's my soulmate, because for me, the way I regroup is by going in bed or going for a walk, right? And so I think when people look for love, they look for these huge attributes, they look for, these big signs, but I think instead you have to pay attention to the little signs and the little details. Love isn't about two people making each other happy. Love is about two people turning their days from like a 4 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, right? If they're sad, giving them a hug and hoping that maybe that makes them a little less sad.
Love can either amplify you or minimize you. You can only get that when you're approaching love like you're already whole.
Right, not a necessity.
When you're approaching love like it's a scarce resource, you're going to start compromising for it and you're going to make it your whole life. And when you do that, it doesn't become an amplifier or a minimizer. It just becomes so tied to your mood because it becomes everything for you.
You talked about this before, but I think when you love someone from the perspective of a scarcity mindset, that's not love at all, that's fear. A lot of people believe that there are only two core emotions, love and fear, and everything you do boils down to those two core emotions. And is it love if you're just in fear all the time that you're going to lose them?
Oh, I think that's a big reason why people get into relationships. I don't think it's conscious, but I think when you're in a relationship, subconsciously, you're able to tell yourself that you are valuable and you are lovable. It's almost like proof that you have space in this world when you're motivated by fear. And so I think that's why a lot of people end up staying in relationships too long or constantly being in relationships, because they are being held hostage by their emotions and using relationships as this way to cope.
Yeah, if you want to get quick validation, look for it in other people. If you want long-lasting validation, you have to look for it from yourself, not from the outside.
What has been the best way you found to do that for yourself?
I feel the most validated when I am doing what I love, which is music. When I am playing the guitar or playing the piano, writing a song, singing, performing, that is when I feel my best self and my happiest self. And that is the biggest validation I could ever receive, truly, is from my passions. And if anyone is struggling to find validation, I would highly suggest searching for your passion, and the validation will follow.
What was your name?
Rosie.
Preston, nice to meet you.